Welcome to the morning after Week 7, here with the CFFL news of the week. Have a relatively short show again this week. We will debut for the first time this year the FCS rankings. ESPN last year did rankings like power rankings, calculated with points and stuff like that. Looks like they're not doing it this year, so I decided to go back to my old way of doing it. Record points and my personal poll of where I see people. So we will see where that all stands. But into the action of the week, we will begin with the matchup of two 4-2 teams going in Rogers We Trust came out on top over the Cardinals 94-68. The receivers of In Rogers We Trust outscored the Cardinals 33-5. Each of us started 4 receivers, so it was atrocious by my team. Drew Brees was the only savior. Well, my running backs played okay too. 20 points for him, but In Rogers We Trust, in a going away, they win by 26 to move to 5-2. Team Price is Right continues their domination. They take down the Gargoyles 97-61.5. Melvin Gordon, the touchdown machine, put up 23.5 points. T.Y. Hilton for the Gargoyles put up 13.5. The Badgers fell to the Bucks. The Bucks pick up their second win behind Matt Forte's 20.5 points, 65-58.5. Tom Brady had 12.5 for the Badgers as they are currently scuffling a bit at 3-4. Horn Dogs pick up their third win in a battle of 2-4 teams, 80.5-63.5. LeGarrette Blount and Jeremy Hill combined for 35 points to power the Horn Dogs. Andrew Luck continued his rebound season with 20.5 points. Team LBM pulled off an upset, 52.5-45. Gronk had 10.5 points. Janikowski led the Black Dingoes with 18. Team LBM moves to 3-4. They take down one of the highest scoring teams in the league as they had an off week there to move to 3-4. And finally, we have the low scoring game of the week. The Bruisers take down the Tices, battle of 500 teams going in, 47-39. Matthew Stafford had 10.5 points. And an amazing stat for the Tices. 2 of his guys that were starting, two of 9, scored 30 of his 39 points. So the other 7 guys combined for 9 points. And I believe one of them had 4.5. So the other 6 guys just really laid an egg for the Tices as he fell to 3-4. You can't imagine that'll happen very often. So it's got to be at least somewhat positive news for the Tices. Player of the week, Melvin Gordon. 3 touchdowns, 68 receiving yards, 53 yards receiving, 68 rushing, 53 receiving, 23.5 points. The modern day Leroy Horde. Just touchdown machine, averaging like 3 yards carry, but he's getting in the end zone, so I think Team Price is Right will take that. Sorry about your fantasy and top free agent target. The post-hype sleeper, kind of, Cordarrelle Patterson at 67 yards receiving and a touchdown. He's actually been pretty decent lately, and maybe emerging as the second receiver in Minnesota. The walk of shame, as I mentioned earlier, my receivers, including a flex, combined for 5 points. The rest of the Tices also could have earned this spot. But Beckham, Meredith, Jordan Matthews, and Alan Hearns really stunk. Good news for me, Eifert was back in limited duty this week, and Dante Moncrief is supposed to practice soon, so we'll see. But as you all know, that doesn't always happen, right? Black Dingoes and Jamal Charles, which has been a struggle for him to come back from injury, Tony Romo, etc., etc. It happens in the NFL a lot. So on to our rankings for the week, and see where they stand. Obviously, 1 and 2 should be pretty easy to guess with the 2 best teams right now. We'll unveil the rankings right now. Team Price is Right does come in at number 1. 1 in points, 1 in record, 1 in the poll. In Rogers We Trust, 2-2-2 all the way across. Cardinals came in at number 3. I earned that due to my points that I'm number 4 in the league, I think it was. So that helped me out. The Black Dingoes came in right behind me. Bites his Badgers due to the strength of my poll ranking on them. See that they could really be a dangerous team down the stretch with Le'Veon Bell and Brady. The Gargoyles at 6, and then at tied for 7, we have the Bruisers, the Tices, and the Horn Dogs. So that's where things stand now. One of the under-the-radar teams right now is the Garbage Men, putting up a lot of points, not getting the wins, though. We'll have to see if that turns around for them, although I think he still has all of his buys left, so that could be a hindrance for him. But that's the show this week. Good luck to everyone next week except Team LBM. I really hope you don't get to 500 because I'm playing you. So best of luck to everybody, and good luck.